and with that,
it ain't never changed. It's the same thing.
It has been.
It's what you thought the CPD was.
And NFL has always been a little situation.
The shield is what it is.
The shield is what it is.
But when you sign up to make those millions of dollars, you know what the shield represents.
That is
you
true.
Know what I'm saying? When you join the police force, you know what they represent.
That's
what
true.
You gonna do when they shoot down a black dude for no reason and you on the police force? You know, do you stick up under the shield? Or you go AWOL, he go haywire on the motherfuckers and be like, nah, fuck y'all.
I get what you
know what I'm
said.
saying? Do you turn against the whole force? Or do you just shut your mouth and keep moving? You knew what you signed up for when you signed up for this hood army.
What's up, my real live sports fans all around the world? City to city, state to state. Keep it all the way strong and great. It's your man T-Bones, the Strong, coming on the Real Live Sports Talking Debates podcast platform. I got a cool guest with me, my boy, my brethren, my brother.
Yes.
Big J88 over here.
I'm making a cocktail real quick. I'll be right there. You know how like they do on Drunk History when they make a cocktail. They tell you what happened.
Drunk cocktail time.
Yeah.
But yes.
Drunk History?
I heard of it. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, they do that shit. Motherfuckers make a couple of drinks and then tell you what happened in the Revolutionary War.
Ah, hell no.
I'm gonna do that shit real quick.
But we sitting here about to get into have some NBA talk. It's a lot of moves.
I'm talking about NFL. He gonna talk about NBA.
We gonna talk about a little bit of it's a sports it's a sports talk and debate show. So we're gonna get into some NFL, we're gonna get some NBA. Neither one of us follow hockey enough to be able to talk about it right now.
Well, that's because they gonna give a black man a stick.
You know what? And we ain't gonna go there. They will give a black man a stick to chase around. And the MLB right now, the Major League Baseball is not exciting to me right now, man. I personally want the steroids back and the I want the drugs back. I want the home run derbies to be what they used to. I mean, a lot has changed in baseball, and it's just boring right now. It's boring. So I'm gonna talk about the sports.
No, playoff baseball is the shit.
I like playoff baseball
because you be hanging on every pitch matter.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's not the same as regular season baseball.
Yeah,
but this is the real black hockey, baseball, and black communities is those sports tend to cost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying. You can't put a damn milk crate on a tree and teach your kids how to play hockey. When you go to the park and play baseball, you can play a little stick ball, but you gotta have a bat, you gotta have a glove,
you gotta have certain stuff.
Yeah, and everybody ain't got bat. The whole community ain't got bats and gloves, so y'all can't play a pickup game of baseball. You definitely can't play a pickup game of hockey because you gotta belong to one of the JCC or the Pavilion or something like that.
Yeah.
So we don't get in those sports not because we don't like them. It's because we don't
it's
know
not conducive
about them.
For
You can't. Our parents can't afford that type of stuff.
We don't know a lot of our history when it comes to those.
So
we really started hockey.
Yeah, I think we should.
We started hockey.
If I knew what I know now, I would have told my son to play baseball. Hell with football, fuck getting ran over every day.
It's a longer process to get to the big ones, but
when
you get up in there, that money is goof. That money's nice.
All you need is 1 year in the majors and a right financial advisor.
Tell the truth on that.
Listen, I worked under a dude in a roofing company, and I didn't even know that he owned the roofing company. Right, paying me $15 an hour at the time, $15.89. It's in the 90s, so $15.89 is good money. I didn't know until I was seeing an article in his truck up under the visor that he played with the Minnesota Twins. That's how he got the roofing company.
Huh.
Dude blew out his knees, elbow, whatever he blew out, but he didn't blow the money.
You want to know what's funny? It's funny. He didn't blow the money. No. You want to know what's funny? The guy, the company I'm about to start with Monday, the owner of the company, industrial painting and flooring company, used to play for the Detroit Lions. So y'all, all my sports fans, we are talking about keeping the sports on here, but I'm about to work for. I have my own painting company. I'm about to partner up and bang with another painting company. But the owner of this company here played for the Detroit Lions.
And I'm glad he kept his money.
And I have his cell phone number.
Yeah.
He's a cool owner.
I didn't know that. I mean, the
pays us good,
big,
benefits.
I had no idea he was a major league pitcher.
You know that'd be crazy?
But, people be fly by night in the major leagues. But still, once if you in the starting rotation,
you good.
You done made a couple
you
million
made
in
it.
the league. So
you done made
he
it.
bought a roofing company with it. The only reason he bought a roofing company because that's what his brother did. So he was like,
family business
I'm about to buy your company out, and you don't have to work for nobody no more but me.
But me.
you still got to work for me, but
I got
buying all this shit out. So,
yeah.
But anyway,
and I'm gonna let my cool guest man start off. He want to talk a little bit of the NFL.
No. I didn't want to talk NFL. Well, I was saying about the NBA because you was comparing the combine and shit. But
we're not gonna even put that on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
One thing I didn't like. This is why I said I still stick with the NFL because one thing I don't like about the NBA is the talent pool. I was saying right before you came on.
Yeah.
I grew up in the golden age. Everybody say the golden age, but I grew up in the 80s. Like these basketball players, I knew they was going at it, and like no team was full of bums. Every team had when I'm saying every team had like superstar. It wasn't 5 superstars, a 3-on-1 team. Every team had at least one superstar.
One go-to person that's supposed to win the games, and a whole lot of strong-ass role players. Everybody knew their role.
They wasn't plucking people out of high school, even though you could back then for a minute. But
because look at the
talent pool.
Look at the Moses Malones of the world.
Now, it dropped off so bad that when you draft the number 1 pick or somebody in the first 5 picks, they don't even pan out for 3 or 4 years. When I grew up, you draft somebody 1 or 2, that's an immediate impact. You know what I'm saying? You don't draft a motherfucker 2 and I hope he work out 3 years from now.
You know this has been based on what the team's needs is?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everybody had needs.
Like when the Cavaliers drafted LeBron, we needed that.
Yeah.
That made we didn't get to the playoffs the first 2 years.
LeBron, you just draft the best player when you got the number 1 pick. That's like the golden rule in all the sports. You got the number 1, draft the best player. I don't care if you need him or not. You just draft the best player. And then
we speed up to the recent draft that went down.
Yeah.
The Memphis Grizzlies getting John Morant.
Now that was a great pick though, actually.
He made an impact immediately. His first year, if he wouldn't have got injured, they would have been in the playoffs.
You got your generational players, and then you got good picks, and then you got your Isaac Okoro's, who I'm not sold on. Everybody think, you
don't like Isaac Okoro for the Cleveland Cavaliers?
He was a high pick for what he is. You know what I'm saying? He's a developmental.
Doesn't it remind you of somebody? Tristan Thompson?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a very high pick for a developmental player.
But
I'm not saying Okoro down the line might not be good. I mean, he might end up being really good. Okoro was a decent player, but looking at where he got drafted at, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the talent pool is.
And here's the crazy.
After the first 5 picks, you picking from the D League.
And they do it.
That's what I'm saying I don't like about the NBA nowadays.
And you know what bothers me also? They always base it on projections of how they're going to be. Like right now, if a trade came about, well, they can't do any now. Now it's all about picking up on the market of cut and wave players, the buyout market. But if the trade deadline when it came about, right, and we had a chance to get a DeJounte Murray for the Spurs, we would have had to give up Sexton and Okoro, or Sexton and Jetty Osman, somebody like that.
I might let Osman go.
Would you let Osman go before Okoro or Okoro before Osman?
I don't know. They kind of one and the same. I think they're gonna be.
No, Osman has been getting better.
Yeah, but he's
playing more of his game.
Better. Like, I don't know if they've been misusing him in the past, but like
they were
when Osman came on board, his host was like he was projected to be a star by now. You know
what's crazy is when you playing alongside LBJ, he handicaps your game.
Yeah,
he's a
What I was saying,
Osmond actually is a ball handler.
Osmond was going to take over. But he kind of fell short doing it. You know,
he had a bad year.
Garland pretty much just came in and took over. Like, that shouldn't have happened. Osmond should have been teaching Garland shit.
Well, he is teaching them.
He teaching them.
But they have different roles.
Yeah.
Osmond is he can play 1 to 3.
Yeah.
And guard 4 in the Europe League.
Yeah.
But
in the
Euro League.
That's where your 3 is like 5'11".
But I've seen I did get to see him play during the summer. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he's a baller for real. And I could tell he used that energy and transferred it into what the Cleveland Cavaliers game plan was to come into the season. Like, look at Kevin Love right now.
Yeah.
He's an all-star, but they ain't gonna put him as one because he's coming off the bench. Yeah. He's still averaging 18 points a game. Coming off the bench. Yeah. They snubbed Jared Allen, who raised his game when he got paid. What do most players in the NBA do? Get lazy, right?
I ain't gonna even lie. I ain't even had hope. I like Jared Allen, but I
wanted to keep drumming.
I thought he was gonna come here and get lazy. I didn't think he was gonna do what he was supposed to do.
He said his feelings were hurt that Brooklyn traded him like that.
Well, that's that Chris Carter shit.
Yeah.
That's the same thing OBJ did to us.
We ain't gonna go. You see, my brother's talking about football at this point, and I like that because that's exactly what he did to us.
I'm just thinking of players that all of a sudden their feelings get hurt and they get better.
And they got better.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
OBJ didn't want to run those routes that he was running for Stafford.
No.
But he didn't want no damn 5, 6, 7 yard routes. He wanted all. I want to go down the field, do this, do that. And then when he woke up and said, "Oh, I lost my job, but on my day off," and he actually said that shit. He said, "I lost my job
on my day off." Who said that? OBJ?
Yeah, that's what he tweeted. He's like, "I lost my job." He said he got fired on his day off
because they did trade him.
No, they released him.
Hold on, wait a minute.
No, they traded him. They got something like it was some type of monetary shit or something.
Oh, you mean to tell me?
Picked up his contract or something.
You mean to tell me the Browns, the Cleveland Browns football organization, released him? Bought him out?
They either got his contract paid off or something like that. They didn't get no players for him.
That's sad as what? That's sad as what? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. I'm sorry, y'all. The weather is doing some crazy stuff in Cleveland, Ohio right now. But it's... Wait a minute.
What you about Jared Allen applies to
OBJ.
Because he was this grown and he wasn't going to do that type of work. I don't care what you say. He would stay with Cleveland. It wouldn't have made a difference. But when he got released and he went over there, all of a sudden you got a renewal. You know this team going to the playoffs, all that. Now you playing. Now you running little routes that you wouldn't have ran here and shit. Right. Now you just want to be part of the game.
Yeah.
So, fuck him. That shit wouldn't have worked out here anyway. So, people learn. Just like people was all salty about Chris Carter back in the day.
Yes, good example.
Philly. He got that. Philly released him. He wasn't doing shit in Philly. And Chris Carter be the first one to tell you I was fucking up. But when I got released and I went to Minnesota, I knew I had to do something. I had to turn my shit around.
I forgot that Chris Carter was a Philly.
He was a high draft pick out of Ohio State. Ohio State. Philly was expecting a lot out of this motherfucker. He was bullshitting. He said, I was bullshitting, drinking, partying, kicking it with hoes, all that shit. He like, man, when Philly released me, I didn't think I could get fired. Because I came from Ohio State. I don't get fired. I mean, but that's the mentality. You got to understand. These people are like 20 and 21.
Yeah.
Making millions of dollars.
High
and you thinking as a grown man, you're like, man, everybody's expendable. It's the NFL. The Shield. Like, and you black, you especially expendable. You more expendable than Matthew Stafford in the 14 years he been there. So, but he didn't know that at the time. So his feelings was hurt. And he turned his whole game around.
And then it's funny you bring that up, Stafford. Look at what they're doing with Baker. Baker, he's predictable. He's not. I mean, just think about it. Look at the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals turned this shit around in one season. One season. Yeah, they won 4 games last year.
One.
Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right.
Bengals won 4 to 5 games last year. We were in the playoffs, beat the Steelers for the first time. It was a big parade, and then we got cheated against Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
That was it.
Well, for one, I'm gonna tell you, that's what I'm gonna say.
That was a fixed game.
First of all, the Bengals got a lot of breaks that the Browns never saw. Like, I mean, how many times in the Bengals should have lost 2 playoff games before they got to the Super Bowl.
You right on that. You are right on that.
Bengals should have lost about 3 or 4. Mason Crosby. When have you ever seen Mason Crosby from the Green Bay Packers miss 4 field goals?
Never.
It happened in the Bengals game.
Right.
And that's Bengals won that. They beat the Packers. Mason Crosby missed
4
field goals.
No. They didn't play against the Packers. That's NFC, AFC.
No, I'm talking about in the regular season. That was a regular season game. That was they run to the playoffs.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that Mason Crosby missed 4 field goals. The Bengals beat the Packers.
So you mean to tell me? Let me make sure I know what I know.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me they already had this foreseen that they was going to do this?
No, well, they started making a late playoff run is what it was because the Bengals was basically like 500, right? And they started making a late playoff push.
Browns lost
these games.
The Browns lost games they weren't supposed to.
Everybody in the AFC.
Ravens started losing games they weren't supposed to.
Losing. Browns started losing. Steelers was already losing.
They already knew that Ben Roethlisberger was on his last leg.
And then the Steelers wouldn't actually lost if they would have got rid of they would have started looking for a quarterback. But the thing was, no, during the regular season they made this late ass run, right?
Can we?
Yeah, I just got to grab set it. But they had made a push because I got to tell you, I think the Bengals' record was they was close to like 6 losses before they made the run.
Yeah, they were.
And they made this run.
They started winning games.
They started winning games. The ball was bouncing their way, just like the ball was bouncing the Ravens' way at first.
Yeah,
ball started bouncing Cincinnati's way late.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
In the playoffs, it started bouncing their way. Now, the thing is, Joe Burrow probably end up being a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He's a baller.
He might be another
damn. You know what I like about him?
He might not win a Super Bowl.
He runs. He don't wait. Because he was killing the Rams. He was killing them. What does Baker Mayfield not do?
He can't run.
Actually, he can. That's what's sad about it. He can run.
Well,
he ain't no Johnny Manziel runner.
No, Johnny Manziel can't run.
Johnny Manziel actually would look. See, he's so short. He going.
Not in the NFL.
If I wish Baker Mayfield had a little Johnny Manziel in him.
When Manziel got to the NFL, that motherfucker was getting tracked down from behind. He ain't no linebacker. He ain't no lineman was that fast.
Yeah, he did. he really did.
The day they tell you when you come to the NFL, the NFL is the hardest sport to transition to.
Your speed just changed. These dudes can cover way more ground.
That's what I'm saying.
On a whole nother level.
That's why
you're right on that.
That's why it's the hardest sport to transition from. Because
you're right on that.
No, I mean, this is documented. You take it's the hardest sport to transition from, other than baseball. Yeah. Well, baseball is the second one.
Yeah.
Basketball, you pretty much playing at the same speed from college on out.
Yeah.
Now, the NFL, the thing is, the defense get faster. So for a quarterback, that's why these quarterbacks look bad when they get to the NFL, because they had no idea that a 300-pound lineman can run a 4.4. They wasn't doing that in college. And that's because they got a hold of some new steroids when they got out of college.
Hey, look, my man said new steroids, y'all. We're going to talk about that next week.
Because they got a hold of some real shit. It's like the difference.
Did y'all get a hold of those new steroids? That's going to be a topic right there. I want some of the new steroids.
It's the difference between Motrin and Oxy.
y'all hearing this?
Get a hold of some real drugs.
Y'all hearing this on Real Live Talk Sports? Real Live Sports Talk and Debates, man. He ain't got no sense.
I'm telling you the real. That's why it's a big transition.
But to get back to the NBA, how it all ties in. These players now they don't, how can I say this without being, it doesn't apply to everyone. Like for the players, like for the transitional talents like John Morant, he got better every year. You know what I'm saying? John Morant got better every year.
Yeah.
Colin Sexton got better every year. He just got injured.
I'm sorry, everybody. I hate Colin Sexton. And it ain't nothing to do with Colin Sexton. I'm just biased. And I should really stop hating Colin Sexton because he didn't do it. His family did.
You took care of them, did you?
Yep. I was at a hotel that I won't mention. And
when
he got signed, you know the side.
Yeah.
When he got signed, his family came there and they showed their ass. They act like they never been there before. Just like Negroes that just fell in the money. What Charlie Murphy say, or Rick James say, they never should have gave y'all niggas money. Look, I'm sorry, and that's the only reason I don't like College Sexton.
Well,
because I had to deal with his family, and I'm trying to get over that bias. I really am. But it's hard to.
I'm still trying to get the taste out of my mouth for taking care of LeBron James' family when he got signed.
Yeah.
How about that part?
Gloria was a beast, too.
No, Gloria was cool. Gloria tipped me real good. I took care of Gloria James on 3 different occasions at 3 different spots. Now, when his family came to Fat Fish Blue, when I was working there, and they looked at me.
No, he just dated this.
No, they looked at me. Man, look.
He not only know Fat Fish Blue,
first of all,
but he worked there.
First of all, it was embarrassing that this dude that just signed this kind of contract did not take care of the whole family's bill. So we have to give the family different checks. And when they looked and said, "What is this gratuity?" Not gratuity.
I didn't order that. Who ordered the gratuity?
What is this number? And I'm looking at them like, y'all didn't have this game plan together before y'all came up in here?
No.
Y'all are disrespectful.
Yeah.
That was wrong.
On that note, remind me to tell you about Tamara Braxton after we did this. It's a funny story.
You talk about Tamar?
Tamar.
Oh, we'll talk about her on Real Live Talk.
Yeah, that's funny. But remind me to tell you about people that, tell me about the LeBron James, and I'll tell you about that. But my thing with the,
But I'm trying to. The original point. The original point.
I got a College Sexton bobblehead right here. No,
me too. I have that one too. But my whole thing was he got better. Yeah, and then before he got injured, he was actually playing.
I could actually say his talent did get better.
He got better.
And, I still be like, man, I like everybody's grandmother. That's one dude's grandmother I don't like. I can never imagine myself hating somebody's grandma.
But she's a down south.
I was raised like I don't care who grandma it is.
She's a down south boogie out.
Man, she is down south. You better know where you come from.
You better know where you coming from and know where you at.
My people come from Arkansas. They would have came to the restaurant fixing their own corn on the cob. They would have told me to put all that shit in the pot in the back.
I'm sorry.
Like, baby, put this in the.
No. I'm not hearing this. I'm not hearing this. Y'all hearing this right here, man. I ain't dealing with this guy.
Look, they would have came up there demanding shit like they always had, buddy. Like, man, you ain't had no silver spoon in your mouth.
But real quick. Real quick. What do you, how do you feel, Brother J, man, are you excited about the second half of the NBA?
I am.
Season.
But I am. But the other thing that I don't like about these newer players is
certain teams got stronger.
It's a diva thing going with these newer players.
Think about it.
Well, they think they should be able to sit out. You ain't earned sit out time yet.
Well,
I'm on DraftKings, so you can't sit out.
Well, let's talk about James Harden saying,
Well, James Harden always been a problem.
He's
always been toxic.
He doesn't have a real hamstring tear or nothing. You can't do step box if you have a hamstring problem, the way he said he does.
Well,
Ben Simmons, on the other hand,
they can't put pride down on an injury report.
Ben Simmons,
what you gonna do?
Ben Simmons, on the other hand, he has to get back in somewhat of NBA form and shape. He hasn't played in 8 months.
Ben Simmons,
I'm excited with him with the Brooklyn Nets, though. That's gonna be dangerous because he doesn't have any other.
What's dangerous is they still got the other 2 toxic people on the team.
No, I wouldn't call them toxic. They're not toxic. Kyrie ain't toxic. He ain't toxic. They keep demonizing this man about this vaccine.
No, I ain't demonizing him about the vaccine.
But he's not the leader he thought he was.
I'm demonizing.
Because remember he's been mad and bitter because he wasn't treated like he was on LeBron James level. Remember that? We're from Cleveland. We're from Cleveland. We live right here in the city. You remember that? That's what they traded him.
I know he wasn't on LeBron's level. I used to work at a place, no names.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie was a regular there before LeBron came back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget, even though they wasn't going to the playoffs or nothing. Very last, but this is you as a leader. Think about this, people. You as a leader, even though it's the last game of the season against the Boston Celtics, y'all not going to the playoffs or anything. Kyrie comes up in there with an entourage.
Oh, here we go.
They get geeked. That is a true story. I ain't even making this shit up. They get geeked. VIP, everything. Bottles all around. The Boston Celtics.
Bottles all around.
They play the Boston Celtics at home for the final game the next day. They lost by 58 points. Y'all can look this shit up.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Lost by 50. So where does a leader do that at? I don't care if it's the last game and y'all not going to the playoffs.
Are you talking about the season before LeBron came back home?
Yeah. Those are not leadership characteristics. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if the season is lost, but you could have did everything you did the day after the Boston game. Why would you do it the night before the Boston game?
Yep.
That's not, if you want to be considered a leader, then that's not leadership stuff.
And you know, it's funny. Here's another real true story. I was kicking it with a chick that had a friend that, you know, used to go to Kyrie's parties. So one day I took her up on her offer to go to one of these parties. Brother, do you understand? This dude was so weird and whack. I'm like, why these
This is how weird this dude is.
They was more intrigued with my voice than the party itself.
That's funny. You hit on what I was just about to say. This is how weird this dude is.
I'm like, are you
Aside
serious?
from the world flat weird, this is how weird this dude is. He was up there kicking it at the spot that I didn't mention the name of. VIP bottles popping everywhere. All of the women that was up there was talking to the servers, the bartenders, and everybody else in his house. He was not surrounded by any women, which is very strange when you're an NBA player making millions of dollars.
Let's talk in your head. Yeah.
Like, you know
and you had all white chicks at his party, man.
No.
When I went,
he wasn't on the couch with no chicks. It was all dudes sitting around him. Now, I'm not implying anything by that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not homophobic, nothing like that.
No, but it was just like,
it was just weird that all of these fine chicks is up there and you not talking to any of them. So I just always thought he was weird anyway. I just felt like anytime a chick sat over there and talked to him, they probably talked to him for 5 minutes. Like, all right, I'm about to go get something.
He acted like he was more interested than the interest in the interested.
Well,
I used to chop it with
his... just said some weird shit where they just be like, all right, I'm about to go get something to drink.
I used to talk it and chop it with his father at, I'm going to go ahead and plug this spot, Zanzibar, Soul Fusion, downtown Cleveland. And he always had some negative stuff to say about the organization once LeBron came back. Almost like he thought his son was supposed to be on the level, and boom, boom, boom. And Kyrie had been inconsistent with health. All that. I mean, think about it. When we went to the fight,
save us.
Well,
he was good.
But DeJuan Wagner was in the hood kicking it with me. I'm telling you right now. I used to gamble with him.
Ricky Jackson got mad when LeBron came.
You told Ricky Davis?
Davis.
They actually fought.
Yeah.
They actually fought.
You mad because you didn't do shit?
That's why Ricky Davis got shipped out of there immediately. He beat LeBron James' ass. Y'all hearing that?
But look,
y'all hearing that from me? He whooped his ass.
I'm gonna say the name real fast, Tomo. But as far as him kicking it up there,
you said Tomo?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, we naming spots, y'all. When y'all in Cleveland, go to these spots. You might see somebody.
Yeah,
our Cleveland Cavaliers.
If I'm gonna plug them though, I'm gonna tell you this. Tomo used to be a hot spot. I mean, you talking about Sam Simp used to be there, Joe Hayden, Kyrie. I had everybody up in there. So I ain't trying to put them on blast, but I'm putting Tomo out there as it was a hot spot for celebrities.
And you can still go there and get some hot spots. Yes. So
it was a hot spot for celebrities. And I'm going to tell you something. Joe Hayden was way more cooler than Kyrie.
And so
I'm going to throw that out.
You know who, speaking of an ex-Cleveland Brown, you know who else was cooler than Kyrie? And quite a few others? Josh Cribbs. Shout out to Josh Cribbs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Josh Cribbs.
I'm sorry, Josh Cribbs. I forgot about you. We shouldn't forget about you, Josh. But no, Josh was up there.
He was chilling, man. I like his personality, man.
Josh come in, but that's why you forget though, because he come in like on some ordinary shit. You'll forget that Josh Cribbs was there like 3 days later.
I took care of him.
He don't come in like I'm Josh Cribbs.
He came in. Look, he was a part of somebody's birthday party, and then they didn't know that he was gonna pick up the tab. He handed me he was like, give me the check. I'll take care of it. Boom, boom, boom. He took that check. He gave me $200 in my pocket, cash, and then tipped $200 gratuity on the check.
Nah, that's the thing.
And took a picture with me and everything.
That's how cool Joe Hayden was, because Tomo already got an automatic charge on Hibachi. So
that's how the
Joe
spot
Hayden
was.
had 2 of his birthday parties up there.
Oh.
But every birthday party he walked around, he asked anybody that was working there, he say, hey man, everybody, because they asked for a lot of separate checks. Yeah. It's like 30 people. Yeah, man, everybody take care of you. Yeah, Joe, they did a good job. They even caught you lying to your teeth. Yeah, Joe, you did a good job. Because you don't want to tell them that it's people fucked up. But yeah, Joe, they did a good job. He's like, well, just in case they didn't. And then he do the same thing I'm talking about. He just laced you with a couple $100. Like, just in case they didn't.
Just in case they didn't.
Yeah.
We got
That's
you
how
covered.
cool Joe Hayden is.
I like Joe Hayden. I met him in the
like,
flats.
Did my people take care of you? You like, yeah, Joe, they took care of you. Like, if I was on a polygraph, that shit would have
I met him in the East Bank of the Flats when I was at
he was
Thirsty
down
Dog.
dude, though. He was like Chris, though. He come in there.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't know, because football people, you can't never see their face really. So if you ain't know Joe Hayden, you wouldn't even know who he was. Yeah, he down there having a party. People like, who is that? I'm like, that's Joe Hayden.
I had to look at. I was like, you know,
he ain't even the loudest one in his own birthday party. That's the funny thing.
Sports talk. My real life sports talk fans out here, y'all are hearing this from situations that me and my brother Jay, we took care of these people in our profession at that time.
Hey man, listen.
This is way before I had a podcast platform at all to even speak on. As a matter of fact, on this second quarter in this season here that I'm about to go into with these episodes, I'm gonna be sharing these personal. I had Johnny Manziel run out on the tab on me. I had, you know what I mean? I read Tyronn Lue.
He didn't run out on the tab. He ran into his man. He didn't have enough to pay.
No,
I think he went to the bathroom.
I caught that sucker. I went outside. The same day I met Tyronn Lue and Iman Shumpert.
Yeah. I met Shumpert too.
I had just collected money from Johnny Manziel. Yeah. I said, "What you doing?" He said,
you shouldn't say it like that. That's incriminating when you talk about Manziel.
I said, "What you doing?"
They're like, "What money did you collect, son?"
I said, "What you doing?" I said, "You ran on this tab." Yeah, he said, "Oh, my bad. Oh, blah, blah, blah." He pulled out his wallet. I grabbed I swear on everything, y'all. I grabbed his wallet, pulled out the money for the tab and my tip, and handed him his wallet back. He said, "Oh, it's like that?" I said, "Man, I'm out of here.
Like that.
I'm out of here, man." And then I ran right into it. As I turned around, right next to Weekend Lizard, I meet Iman Shumpert and Tyronn Lue. Coming out the City Tap.
Was cool.
Coming out the City Tap.
Man,
I was on it, man.
That's some funny shit though. Like one of the coolest people ever that don't tip.
He said one of the coolest people that don't tip.
I mean, how you sit there laughing and everything. You joking with the dude. Funny, taking pictures with the dude.
Who is this?
Shaq.
Shaq did say tip is overrated, and I'll smack it. But Shaq won't tip you. But
he'll kick it with you.
But to sign off on a business venture with you.
Yeah, right.
So he won't give you $25, $35, $50.
Now, to be fair, at the time he didn't tip. He was with the Lakers. So I don't know if he done changed his. You know, I'm old. I just dated myself too, but you dated yourself with Fat Fish Blue. So don't go there.
Yeah. He dated yourself with Fat Fish Blue.
Yeah, like I'm saying.
Hey, look, they don't know who Fat Fish is. They don't know these.
That's my point. They don't even know what Fat Fish Blue is. You worked there. Like, not only did you not just mention a name, but you actually worked there.
I was there.
You as old as Shaq.
Hey, yo, we coming down to the time to go ahead and sign off real quick.
Yeah.
I
do believe on the last note, I think the Cavs are going to have an excellent run.
We getting now healthy now.
Yeah, I think
at the right time.
An excellent run, and on serious note, I just it's the East is so tight they could either be the second seed or the seventh.
Yes.
So who knows where they end up? But my thing is, I don't hate me, Cleveland fans. I don't think this is the Cavs' year. I think they might make a run into the second round.
We're gonna make some noise.
I think they get beat by a more experienced team.
It's all about seeding right now.
Yeah. I don't think this is the Cavs.
If we stay 3 and above, we're good. As soon as we get to 4,
they could be the Bengals. Who knows?
Yeah.
But I honestly just don't think this is their time right now.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the season. I like that they did it naturally.
I don't think we a one and done though.
No.
At the beginning of the season, I thought we might be a one and done.
I thought we was in the play-in situation.
Yeah. I think we actually win the series though. So I'll leave y'all with that, Cleveland. Enjoy your playoff time. Enjoy those 2 series that we play. And if we get anything extra, it's a bonus.
It's a bonus. we will be getting more into the NFL because it's going to be some real live powerful moves. It's going to be some powerful moves made in the offseason. I personally think the Cleveland Browns should be trying to go for Antonio Davis. I'm just going to say it. I like Antonio.
Wait, who?
No, Antonio Davis. My fault. I'm thinking
he play basketball.
I'm thinking about the Indiana Pacers in the '90s. You know what I mean?
I think we should get Antonio Davis. It'd probably be a hell of a damn tight end.
Yeah, he would. I'm thinking more of Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown got CTE.
Oh,
I wish him the best. I'm telling you,
he does have CTE.
I'm telling you, they haven't diagnosed it yet, but we seen it play out on live TV.
You remember how he was acting about the Raiders with the helmet with the Raiders?
I'm saying I think the brother got CTE.
Yeah,
I wish him the best, but I think we saw what CTE do on live TV. He's a victim of it, and I don't think he can come back no more.
I don't think so, and he works hard too.
Yeah, he works.
I got to actually meet Antonio Brown in person, man. He was just kicking it. It was off season. He was just in Cleveland. For him to be in Cleveland on the off season, kicking it, that was cool, man.
I think he got that, but I think the Browns.
We'll see how it goes.
Listen,
I personally, I think we missed the boat on trading for Deshaun Watson.
No, I think we missed the boat on. We didn't get rid of OBJ fast enough.
And I wouldn't even say that either. If we would have grabbed Cam Newton, OBJ would have had a whole different career with the Cleveland Browns. I would have been saying you have to apply pressure, or the quarterback they would have put the money in. Cam Newton is that pressure because he's still a formidable quarterback.
This is what I know. I'm going to leave y'all with this.
We're going to leave it off with this, y'all.
The last time the Bengals went to the Super Bowl.
How was it?
The last thing about this, last time the Bengals went to a Super Bowl.
I was a kid.
No, everybody was a kid. The last time the Bengals went to a Super Bowl, they didn't win the division or get back to a Super Bowl for 33 years.
Yep.
So I'm going to leave y'all with that.
We're going to leave y'all with that.
Their time is over. Joe Burrow is going to go out like Dan Marino.
Ooh, wee.
I hate to say it, but hey,
Dan
Marino went to the Hall of Fame, though.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and sign off like that. I hope we didn't. We were a little bit all over the place, but that's what it is. Sports talk, real live sports talk and debates. We haven't gotten to the debates yet. We just was going here giving. This is the first time I had a guest with me that is just as sports knowledgeable as I am and actually has an opinion. And it makes it all the way cool. We're going to get into more stuff. I want y'all to be cool, stay strong. One of my favorite quotes, sports quotes, nobody trains hard all their life to ride the bench.
No, I'm going to leave y'all with the best sports quote. Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Whoa.
Best sports quote ever.
Yes. And I actually know Tyson for real. All right, y'all. It's been real. It's been strong. Y'all be all the way cool. Until next time.